Hey, so many of you have been asking for it. So today I'm going to show you how I tame the beast. I'm not talking about my kids or my husband, I'm talking about this wild mane. I have a lot of Italian ancestry. My 23andMe thing came back as being 98% Southern European. But I was cursed / blessed with Italian curls. It's been about 1.5 years since I started properly taking care of my hair. I have not straightened it or blown it out since. Over 1.5 years, you guys have seen in many of my videos my curls change, and I have gotten so many comments begging me to show you how I do it, but I have an anxiety disorder and I've just been nervous because I'm like, I'm not a professional, I'm not perfect, but none of us are, right? So you are gonna get the most realistic curl tutorial of your life. First and foremost, remember, if you are just starting out, your curls are not gonna look like mine because you have to get through the heat damage or whatever years of damage you've put on it. I've tried several different brands. I am not affiliated with any of them, but my two favorite are Love Your Curls and Curlsmith. As far as washing your hair, you're gonna wanna find a good cleansing shampoo with no sulfates and then a nice moisturizing conditioner. Then you wanna find your favorite curl cream and curl gel. Based on your individual curls, some of the products I use may not be best for you. I have learned that my hair does not like heavy cream. It weighs it down. This reminds me of when I was breastfeeding and I had a leak. Number one rule, water is our best friend. I grew up afraid of water, right? Because I thought it was just frizz. But when you actually start taking care of your hair the right way, you find out that water is your best friend. For instance, if it's starting to dry in a funky pattern when you're working with your hair, you can just throw some water on it and you can reshape it. You're gonna make sure it is nice and wet. Curly products work best with wet hair. If you've seen other curl videos, you'll see that there are two types of brush kind of floating around, the Denman brush and then the other one that is wider and has teeth that you can define it more. I have one, but I think my kid stole it, so I don't know where it's at. But I actually prefer the Denman. Again, it is all about your individual curls and your preference of how you want your curls to look. You can also use a wide tooth comb, which is what I use in the shower, to brush it out to detangle. I'm gonna brush through wet hair to make sure all my tangles are free. This cream is my favorite. It is by Love Your Curls and is actually part 3 of a step process where you can get shampoo, conditioner, and this. It's all in one. It's made for all curl types. I'm gonna do about this much cream in my hair, focusing more on the ends, and then just using the rest to smooth through my roots. If you do the praying hands, it's called, down your hair, and it seals the moisture into your ends. Styling your curls is all about personal preference and time. If you have the time, it is awesome to section out your hair and go strand by strand. You can use your finger to curl, or you can use your hairbrush to curl it. Your hair will start to adapt and follow its natural pattern that you don't have to actually take the time to curl it each out. A lot of other people will teach you how to flip your head upside down and do your curls that way. Perfectly fine. I've done it that way too. I prefer to style my hair this way because then I have a little more control with my shorter bangy pieces. Part my hair like this, and I bring back pieces forward just a little bit for now. So I'm gonna pull my bang and a little bit of my crown area and get that out of the way for now while I style the curls underneath. Mulling to the side. We're gonna get some more water on it. You can see it starting to curl up. You can use your finger and twist it if you want, or just start poofing it like that, making sure you go all the way up to your root. You see it's starting to take shape. You're gonna have your problem children always right by my ears. Now that my curls are starting to take shape, I am ready to put the gel on and get the cast. I've tried many gels. Curlsmith even has several of them, but this is my absolute favorite, the Hydro Style Flexi Jelly. Don't be afraid of the gel. So then you're gonna rub it in your hands and grab your curls. Oh, look at that water dripping. Don't worry, I have a towel down underneath me. You just kind of go through and see how they're taking their shape. Gel really locks in this moisture, and that is what's keeping your frizz at bay. If you do not hear that sound, you don't have enough water. Add some more water since it was drying a little bit. These ones back here like to form like an ultra mega curl, so I try to keep them separate, but they have a mind of their own. Now that we've got the underneath and sides, we're gonna grab the top. You don't have to section this off. You can totally just comb both sides and swing both that way, but for me, I like to work with the top separately so I can control it a little more. For this section, I'm gonna apply the gel first before I style. Go like that and then rake it through. Grab a little bit from the very back for the crown of your head. And for this, I'm gonna brush underneath. I'm gonna go from the root at the bottom and brush up. You can do this too to make it nice and smooth, but the last one you wanna do is from the bottom, and then they'll start to curl, and let that fall a minute. Don't touch it. Do that another time, and they don't have to be perfect. Here's what I'm gonna do with my bangs. I'm gonna go forward, and I'm gonna crunch like this to get those curls, and then I'm gonna kinda flip all my hair. Flipped them to the side because that's where I want my hair to part. You can see they're already starting to clump together. A little more moisture on it, never hurts. Already has that gel in it. I can always do a finger twirl to get the curl to go the way you want it to. Once you have your hair styled how you want it, before you either let it air dry or diffuse, you want to go through and blot some of the moisture out with a t-shirt or a t-shirt towel like this. Now I always start just how I did with the gel before. I'm squeezing some of the moisture out just real gently. See the curls start to even take shape more as they get drier. This is the part that's fun, but also scary, especially for newbies. I'm never going to flip my head back and front or I'm gonna ruin these curls. You're going to always circle. This is kind of lean. You're gonna do like a limbo a little bit and you get your curls out. Now we're gonna go upside down. You're gonna take some of that moisture out very gently again. Now this is what's gonna help you get volume, getting all the way to the root. As you do this, you're also gonna lift your head to the side. So all your curls are going this way and you're gonna take your hand and scrunch in right here. Swing to this side and repeat the same thing. So my part is still where I wanted it, but then I went up under and got some more volume. Now it's ready to dry. Whether you are air drying or diffusing, do not touch it until it is fully dry. I'm gonna do a little bit of both right now. I've got some stuff to do while it air dries and then I will diffuse it right at the end. Now that my hair is all dry, I'm gonna go in with the bonding oil. Depending on the gel you use, you might have a little crunchiness. It's when you're gonna take your oil, little bits at a time, a little goes a long way, and some pieces may not need oil like some other pieces do. I'm gonna rub that all in my hands just so that they're just oily. And then I'm just gonna work my hands through the curls, smooth them over the top. And you can go in individually, but I'm pretty happy with how my hair turned out today. If your hair is still kind of wonky and not holding its shape or have some frizz to it, that's when you can go in section by section and take your oil and really define each curl with it. But the main thing you wanna make sure is you want to scrunch or get all of that crunchiness out of your hair. My bangs always love to start clumping together. Once I feel like the crunch is all gone, I'm gonna flip back upside down, take my hands and cause some friction in my roots because that's gonna give my volume. And then you can just go up like this, crunch it. When you have the oil on your hands, it keeps from getting too frizzy. And that is when you can flip your hair. I have no clue what it looks like back there, but I hope it's decent. From this angle, it looks good. There you have it. That is how I do my curls. I hope it helped you in some way. Most importantly, don't be afraid to embrace what is naturally yours.